Micron.
Yes, Micron.
GTC.
Yes.
Massive NVIDIA partner.
Big time.
What are you guys doing here?
So Micron is a memory and storage supplier. We make DRAM and NAND flash chips. And then with that, as a supplier for GTC, or for NVIDIA here at GTC, we're manufacturers of high bandwidth memory, low power DDR5, low power DRAM, as well as solid state drives, SSDs.
Very cool.
And this was one of the big launches for NVIDIA at GTC, was their Vera Rubin platform.
Indeed.
Which is their latest generation of AI platform, AI CPU and GPU.
Yeah.
And we're the memory suppliers, or one of the memory suppliers for that platform, shipping in volume.
Amazing.
And one of the cool things that we're doing here at the show is getting people aware of Micron's presence in that. And we do have some samples of the Vera Rubin platform on display, but it's really kind of hard sometimes to actually put that in perspective of where that is in an actual data center. So that's one of the reasons why we went with Smart Spatial, actually, to actually do a digital twin to look at where Micron plays.
So how are you using to tell that story?
Yes. So what we have here, what Smart Spatial did, is created a digital twin of an AI data center. Okay. So this is both a Vera Rubin set of racks, Vera Rubin NVL 72s, as well as Grace Blackwell GB300 NVL 72. So you kind of compare current generation with latest generation coming out, as well as a rack of an AI data lake, which actually is an exabyte of storage. Showing off exabyte, 1 million terabytes. I know.
Wow.
When I get past terabyte, I don't understand the numbers anymore. So it's easier to say 1 million terabytes than an exabyte.
That actually makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Yes. So one of the things we're showing here, and again, thanks to Smart Spatial, is we can actually navigate to show the different types of NVIDIA platforms and compare and contrast the Micron technologies inside. So if you look inside the Vera Rubin NVL 72 platform, and where the Micron is, where Micron's located, we can show detailed HBM4, which is the high bandwidth memory, 4th generation, that feeds the Rubin GPUs. And so this way, it's funny, we actually have a real Rubin GPU we're showing.
You do, it's right
but there's a big metal cold plate on top of it, so you can't see the technology at all. So this really helps kind of put it in perspective for when you have customers come here, they see the cold plate, but when they come here, they actually get to see the chips, see the actual GPU, really kind of clicks in for them. It's fun to see the aha moment when they actually see it in action.
That's awesome.
So this is showing with the Rubin platform. Then for the Vera CPU, same thing. Get back in there. For the Vera CPU, we're showing SOCAMM. So it's another, again, a memory module that is feeding the CPU. And the cool thing about this, again, is having this in perspective on a real data center. We can actually easily jump from that's the future, compared to what the old version was. Or not old version, so old.
Last year.
2025. But anyways, the current version, it would be DRAM was actually mounted directly onto the motherboard, where now it's with the SOCAMM module, it's something new. But again, we can go compare and contrast, between the two. Yeah. And also we can, besides the memory, we can also show the storage. Again, compare and contrast that this is with a Gen 5, it's air-cooled, whereas with the Gen 6 storage, we can see that it is capable of being liquid-cooled. Oh. So there's no heat sinks on there for the product. It's all then liquid-cooled with cold plates. The other thing that's kind of cool is, besides this, even showing for the AI data lake, if we're trying to show the scope of this in real life, if we're trying to show the scope of this in real life, you really, to be able to say this is what 1 million terabytes looks like. We could not do that unless you're able to do some sort of digital twin to have that, kind of be in perspective. Yeah. And so this way, we can, do that to show off even more of the Micron high capacity SSDs. This is our 245 terabyte SSD. Nice. And here we can do, basically, in a server, you put 40 of those, gets you 10 petabytes, and then that expands out to an exabyte, 1 million terabytes.
Million terabytes.
Yeah, in 6 racks.
Amazing. So let me ask you this: how do you see this type of digital twins evolve?
You know, for us, it's really getting a perspective then for customers. You know, we're a chip manufacturer, so it's just little chips, and at most maybe an SSD, which looks like a pack of cards. So to be able to see that scope and scale of where it's being used and how many are being used. This is a perfect example that there's no way I could bring in 1 million terabytes of SSDs into a trade show and move all that stuff.
Puts things in perspective.
Yes, it really does. It puts things in perspective. And I think as the AI data center really starts to evolve and there's more innovations, this will be a very cost-effective and easy way to be able to show those different changes.
Well, let me ask you one last thing.
Sure thing.
If somebody was out there kind of on the fence about working with Smart Spatial, what would you tell them?
Oh, these guys are great. Seriously, we had a very rushed schedule to produce this product.
Yes, you did.
And yeah, you can't deny that. And you guys performed beautifully. And this has been the highlight of our booth at the show this year.
Amazing. Thank
Yeah,
you so
I
much,
really
man.
appreciate it.
Your team is awesome.
Arthur, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.